this week's show.
I'm Ivana.
And I'm Suhan.
Today is March 1st.
Today is the PTSA Spring Fling after school from 3:15 to 5.
On Friday the 3rd, the Parent Snapshot Survey submission is due.
On Saturday and Sunday, the 4th and 5th, the Lake Mary Heathrow Festival of the Arts takes place.
Then next week, we have our third quarter 9-week exams.
On Monday the 6th and Tuesday the 7th are the Social Studies and Science exams.
On Wednesday the 8th and Thursday the 9th are the ELA and math exams.
Then on Friday the 10th is the regular Friday schedule and the last day of the third quarter.
And finally, the week of the 13th through the 17th is spring break.
Now let's get into the show.
Historically Black colleges and universities.
Good morning, everyone. As we wrap up the end of Black History Month, I want to share with you my experience at an HBCU. HBCU stands for Historically Black Colleges and Universities. They were founded back in the 1800s, and the purpose of a HBCU was to give Black Americans equal opportunity for a higher level of education. Plus, back then, it was the law that schools had to be segregated. For example, I attended Florida A&M University. It stands for Agricultural and Mechanical, also known as FAMU. It is located in Tallahassee, which is the capital of Florida. When it first opened in 1887, there were 15 students and 2 professors. Now, there are over 11,000 students, and everyone can attend, whether race, gender, or religion. So it's a great opportunity to learn more about HBCUs. Also, a fun fact, did you know our current Vice President, Kamala Harris, attended an HBCU as well? Can you tell me which HBCU she attended? There are over 100 HBCUs in our country. Also, can you tell me how many HBCUs we have in Florida?
According to HBCU Connect, Florida has 4 HBCUs: Florida A&M, Florida Memorial University, Bethune-Cookman, and Edward Waters University.
Thank you and have a great day.
This is David from Paws52 signing out.
Panthers. If you applied for Paws52 and you made it to the second step, your video is due Friday, March 3rd. Make sure that you turn it in so you're eligible for the next step. Panthers. Lawton Chiles is attending the Orlando Magic game versus Detroit Pistons on Sunday, April 2nd at 6 p.m. Tickets purchased through this offer will have VIP access from 4 to 4:30 to watch the NBA players warm up prior to the game. Tickets will be discounted if you purchase by scanning this QR code.
The Pacific Ocean? The Gulf of Mexico?
The Gulf of Mexico. I think it's the Mississippi River.
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. I like money. I know this one. It's Benjamin Franklin.
$36.
72.
There's 3.
You may know Abraham Lincoln as the 16th President of the United States, or the person on the $5 bill, or the tall president with the top hat, but do you really know why he's so important to our country?
I think he was super important because he was a very good leader and a very good president.
He was important because he ended slavery and he wore a really cool hat.
Abraham Lincoln was the president during the Civil War and abolished slavery.
Abraham Lincoln, also known as Honest Abe, was an American lawyer, politician, and statesman. He served as the 16th President of the United States from the years 1861 to his assassination in 1865, and he paved the way for slavery abolishment. Now let's hear from 8th grade U.S. history teacher, Ms. Stone.
Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of the United States of America. Abraham Lincoln was a president during the Civil War when our country, the South, had seceded right as he was coming into the presidency. So he had the job of bringing our country back together, which luckily he was able to successfully do and bring us back together as a united nation. So he's very important for kind of creating unity within our nation again.
Because of his sacrifice to our country, he led us through the Civil War and ended slavery. Now, is he still that same person on the $5 bill as you thought he was?
Everyone loves and buys candy, but how does it really affect us, and how much do we spend on it each year? Let's find out.
I think about 3,122,486.
3.2 billion. I think maybe at least like 20 million or $100 million, probably.
According to microtrends.net, Hershey's annual revenue for 2022 was $10.41 billion, a 16% increase from 2021. This much money put into candy is 12.40 billion chocolate bars. Harvard.health.edu says that the higher risk of added sugar intake, the higher risk of heart disease. Consuming too much added sugar can raise blood pressure and increase chronic inflammation, both of which are pathological pathways to heart disease. Eating too much candy can risk lifelong health conditions.
What does journalism mean to you?
Journalism is interviewing people and recording important events.
Interviewing and making videos for the news.
Journalism is basically when you report on news.
According to the American Press Institute, journalism means the activity of gathering, creating, and presenting news and information.
What makes a story interesting?
An interesting story, first of all, it's going to bring you good information. When the reporter, like for example you, when you started off today, you asked a question. The people are going to be hooked by that question. They want to find out more about that question. The people who are paying attention heard what you said, and they're going to be listening to what your information is.
What do you recommend to new people trying to get into Paws52?
For new people trying to get into Paws52, I think first of all, they have to be motivated to work. We come into class, a lot of work is independent work, and so they cannot be lazy people. It's not a goof off time, go hang out with friends, go interrupt classrooms. It's a time where you actually are researching, you're writing, you're trying to find answers, and then you're editing. There's a lot of work to be done. It's not a class for people who need to be directed all the time.
Black History Month is a month where people focus their attention to the contributions of African Americans to the United States. Now I know Black History Month is already over, but let's take a deeper look at Black history origins in Florida, more specifically Eatonville. But before I tell you more about Eatonville, let's see if Panthers know anything about this town.
I don't know what Eatonville is.
Do you know about Eatonville?
No.
Could you explain to me what Eatonville is?
I don't know.
Now, what exactly is Eatonville? Eatonville is the oldest Black incorporated village in the United States. It was organized, governed, and incorporated in 1887, 2 decades after the Civil War, and was the first town successfully established by African American free men. It is now 136 years old. The town was named in honor of Josiah Eaton, who eventually served as its mayor. There are many historical landmarks in Eatonville, such as the Hungerford Normal and Industrial School. This school was founded by Robert Hungerford in 1889. Hungerford and a few others were the governing body of the school. The school was named after Hungerford's physician's son, who sacrificed his life saving African Americans from scarlet fever. Another historical landmark is St. Lawrence AME Church. This church was founded in 1881. It was the first African American church in the area. It was originally built in the early 1880s. Hope you learned something new about this town called Eatonville.
Have you ever heard of St. Baldrick's? It's an event where people shave their heads to raise money and awareness for children with cancer. Let's have a look into all the action.
St. Baldrick's is a national charity that uses these little head shaving events to help fund research and treatment for childhood cancers.
I'm shaving my head for the kids that have cancer and because it's a great cause.
St. Baldrick's is a national pediatric cancer organization that raises money and awareness to help those children battling cancer. Every year we have an event where we shave heads, but getting your head shaved is optional. And we have raffle prizes and we have plenty of games and events for the whole family to do. So if you're interested in coming out and supporting the event and maybe getting a free haircut, it'll be March 4th at Ace Cafe downtown from 2 to 6 p.m. Hope to see you out there.
I feel really weird.
This is a wooden school, and this is a brick school. But when did brick schools become a thing? To answer this question, we talked to architect Brian Horton.
Bricks are a good building material because they have several attractive qualities. First, they're very durable. Bricks are made of particles of rock, so they don't degrade, they don't rot like a wood might, and they don't rust like a steel might. And they are very tough. You can imagine in a hurricane, if it's hit with a flying object, it's very difficult to break through a brick wall, especially compared to an alternative building material such as vinyl siding. Bricks are also low maintenance. They don't require any surface coatings such as paint. Of course, you can paint them for aesthetic reasons if you'd like to. Bricks are inexpensive compared to alternative building materials such as steel or glass. And additionally, bricks come in standardized sizes so that you can build buildings of virtually any shape or size out of them.
On March 1st, 1803, Ohio became the 17th state to join the U.S. On March 2nd, 1972, NASA launched the spacecraft Pioneer 10, which was the first mission to explore Jupiter. On March 3rd, 1845, Florida became the 27th state to join the U.S., being known as the Sunshine State. On March 4th, 1924, the Happy Birthday song is published by Robert Coleman, being considered the most sung song in the English language. Are you tired of tying your paper together? Well, on March 5th, 1868, the world's most loved paper joiner, the stapler, was made. On March 6, 1912, the first Oreos went on sale, becoming one of America's best-selling cookies. On March 7th, 1996, the Hubble Space Telescope captured the first images of Pluto.
I'm interested in playing baseball and football in high school.
I'm excited for basketball mainly.
I'm excited for volleyball because then I can be able to watch the volleyball games.
I'm excited for next year track and cross country.